Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day. Just thank you for waking us up again. Today is Wednesday, and a lot of people, as we know, didn't get to see this day. We are blessed, and we don't take any of this for granted. And for you to wake us up, that means you have filled us with purpose, intention, and we are to walk in purpose and intention as well with every decision that we make, every pursuit that we have, all of that. So, guys, we continue to build out this awesome business, Echol, his business as a music, as a songwriter, singer-songwriter. I pray, God, that you will bless this session as we talk about who he's called to serve. This one could be one of the tricky ones, but then with that, this is what opens up those doors, um, especially in marketing. So, God, we praise you and thank you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Cool, man. Let me go ahead and open this up. Kiddos at school?
Yes, sir.
Nice, man. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. We homeschool, so we
Oh,
got
y'all homeschool? Man, you do it all, bro.
bro, we homeschool. It's crazy, dude. So let me tell you real quick. So our boys have their own YouTube channel.
Dang.
They just hit like over 1,000 subscribers.
Let's go.
Bro, and we homeschool them, then we're entrepreneurs full time. So it's like we got to escape. So I came over to the office. So this is the office that I work at. I was like, I got to escape if I got to work on these videos. So my wife,
Yeah,
she's at home.
sometimes you got to get away, man.
I mean, I got my
Sometimes,
studio in the house,
yeah.
but then, like, the other day they'll come and knock, oh, Papa, try to tell me something. I'm
Mm.
like, dude, no.
Mm.
It's crazy.
They always want something at the most inopportune times,
Right.
man.
And it don't even be nothing.
No, it don't ever, it's never nothing.
It'd be like, what do you want?
Like, can I have an apple?
Yeah, right. It's like, why you just ask Mama? She's upstairs, like literally
Right.
hilarious, right? Like, dude. All right, so session two. Bro, this is gonna be fun. Okay, so we already talked about you.
Mhm.
Now we need to talk about who you're serving. But the thing
Okay.
with this is, as Christians, as entrepreneurs, when we come into stuff, we all be like, I just want to serve everybody. I just want
Right.
to be a blessing to everyone. And when you do the whole phrase is just like, if you're everything to everyone, you're not going to be anybody to anyone. You know, you got to
Yeah.
be specific so that people can feel it's a psychological thing when you're making sales and when you're building a business. People want to feel like and it's not like you're just making up stuff, but people just want to know that you created this and curated this for them specifically.
Mhm.
So that's how your wording will go, your verbiage, how you lay things out, how you market things, and all of that. I could say, oh, I'm coaching the whole world, but no, I'm specifically coaching Christian business owners and entrepreneurs who want to scale their business and do it from a biblical blueprint. If anyone else wants to jump in, that's cool. But just know I'm going to say things from the Bible. I'm going to say things from
Right.
biblical perspective. Give you guys these stories and these principles that God laid out. So all of that stuff. So with that, even when I started this business, I had my niche, and then I realized I had to niche down even further. I'll explain that in a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to niche down even further because I was coaching certain people. I'm like, oh, this ain't working,
Mhm.
and I see why. So I'm going to explain that in a second. But yeah, so pretty much you were the guide, so you're a creative leader called to gather, inspire, and lead people into hope, faith, and new possibilities through sound, storytelling, and presence. So that's what your thing is. So now we want to do our specific outreach. Now, a client avatar, all that means is who is this for? So I
Mhm.
got these different categories here, and I want us to get crystal clear on who we're serving. Um, if you have all of these as like, oh yeah, 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 that's actually worse. If you can niche down to just having like two or three specific things, that's going to just change the whole game of when you reach out to people. So all this to say, with the music you're creating, the brand that you're creating, the products that you're going to make eventually, all of these things, does gender matter on who you're reaching out to? And some of these will be yes or no.
No, I don't believe gender matters.
Okay. Yeah. Usually gender doesn't matter specifically. It depends. Does race matter?
Uh, I I think the style of music that probably be geared toward the Black community, or just a urban listener.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mhm.
Perfect. Age. Is there a specific age range? This is usually one that people you really want to lock in on this, and I'll just go ahead and tell you. Age, is there a specific age range that you're really marketing to?
Mhm. Yeah, I would probably say um it'll be that 25 to like 45 age range.
Mm-hmm. That's perfect. Good. Yes, that's literally like you're saying, the millennial age range right there.
Right. Hmm.
That's perfect. Um, yeah, literally, because yeah, my sister, she's 25.
Hmm.
She'll be 26 this year, and like, she's right there on the cusp of the whole end of like the millennial.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's perfect. Religion.
Yeah, for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, I'd say our Christian, but it's also meant to reach non-Christian. So
Hmm.
I don't really know, but I think the predominant would be Christian.
Yeah, Christian, and then we can say maybe evangelical.
Right, right.
Okay, like outreach.
Hmm.
Perfect. Stage of life. Now, this doesn't mean like a stage of life, like uh, child, teenager. Stage of life of just like, um, are these parents, married people, maybe seekers, whatever. Like, what stage of life are these people in?
That's a good question. I would say professionals.
Professionals.
Does that make is that?
Hmm. That could fit under occupation or industry.
Hmm.
Are these working professionals? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, these are working professionals.
Uh-huh. There we go. Okay, cool. So what about stage of life?
Mm,
Let's see.
that's a tough one to define. Stage of life.
Like, are the group of people, like, let's say you're having a concert, you're having a show.
Yeah.
Is there a specific season or thing that everyone's kind of going through at that time? Um, and you don't have to fabricate it. If not, I was just wondering if you had something in mind.
No, I don't have that one in mind. That's an extremely good question.
Okay, yeah. And right now I can put NA. Remember, you have access to these, so if you need to update
Okay.
anything. Geography. Is there a specific area, like you kind of mentioned urban above, is there a specific area that you're outreaching to? Now, obviously,
Yeah.
go out all digital platforms and stuff, but um, what about
I
you?
I would say, at least for now,
Hmm.
I'd be targeting the South.
Mm.
I'd be targeting Southern, the South. Should I get specific on states, or I'm just talking regionally? I would
Yeah,
say
regionally.
to start the South.
Yep. Now you talk about America wise, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Okay, perfect.
yeah.
I'll put the South. We know what we're talking about. There we go. Love it.
There you go.
Hmm. Okay, what
You,
about
you know.
hobby? Do these individuals have specific hobbies or interests?
Hmm. Do that.
Hmm. And we're about to do an avatar deep dive a little lower, but right now, just
Okay.
generally, maybe and again, you don't have to keep these. It's just me kind of helping you to stir the thoughts of it. Hobby could be there, just like big, music listeners.
Hmm.
Maybe they collect Jordans or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm
It's
saying like different hobbies.
Yeah, I would say, you know, they will probably already have a love for music, music lovers. Um, you know,
Yep.
yeah, I'd say music lovers.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, that's what I can think of for now. Because I'm trying to un-R&B it because I think
Mm.
beforehand my answers may have been different. Like I would have maybe said wine lover, wine enthusiast, you know,
Yeah.
that whole thing, right?
Right.
Or
Right.
people that like to go to a cigar lounge. So now
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of what that would be now based off of the project that God has given me already.
Yeah, of
But I,
course. Hmm. Yeah, I think we're about to do the deep dive part below. That's gonna make more sense. Let me you have Spotify and all of that?
I do.
Okay,
Hmm.
cool. Let me send you a link to an artist. I've actually played this one of my buddies up here in Chicago. His name is CW Allen. We call him
Hmm.
Dub CW. And I played bass, not on his album, but just for his album release party. I was playing the bass.
Yeah, I see him here.
Okay, CW. Okay, cool. His album Still Dreaming. I'm about to text it to you. Bro, this kind of just giving you that flavor and that feel of like, hold on, I just text you. Here we go. That flavor and feel, I feel similar to what you said. Y'all will be a good, y'all just feel like y'all will connect eventually. I just texted to your phone, so you can listen to that later. You'll love that whole record.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him here. Okay.
hmm Okay, cool. Now the last part, unique method or vehicle. All that means is that's just a fancy way of saying like, is there anything specific that's not in these categories that you feel like would be another component of your avatar? So, for example,
Hmm.
I was actually coaching my wife because she's been trying to get her stuff going for a while. But we'll talk through the house, obviously, just being spouses. But then we actually sat
Hmm.
down. I was like, when I started coaching last year, I was like, hey, babe, let's actually just sit down and let me just walk through your business with you, help you get some insights. And then we sat down. She said, "Oh man, she's just having this dedicated time away from the kids, just locked in right here. This helps stuff make sense." So she really likes to gear towards neurodivergent individuals, um, like people with maybe like ADHD, and how to navigate those things in the home, because those are things that like her and my son, just trying to lock in and have focus on things and
Hmm.
setting up systems in the house so they can still be focused and stuff like that. So that was like her unique thing. So what's a unique thing, if any, that we may have missed in these categories that you feel like, oh, my people should be da 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 too, if anything.
I feel as though they would be I feel as though they would be college graduates
Oh,
or educated.
mm-hmm.
And then for stage of life, I could see this person being um uh starting a young family. So like in the young family.
Mm-hmm. I think that works well too, because I know that you said even this new generation, you want to reach them. So it's kind of like the whole thing of Second Timothy 2 too. I encourage you to make disciples who will then go out and make disciples who will make disciples. The whole thing of that
Mhm.
generational thing. So if you're pouring into these parents, you're changing the whole trajectory of people's houses, home life
Absolutely.
too.
Absolutely.
How they're bringing up the kids, the music they listen to in the house, and they're hearing these words from the Lord, and you're just blessing the household now. So this is
Right. I like that. Like you kind of get to grow up, like those children get to grow up on your music.
Yeah, yeah, like we all
Yeah.
did. We listen to
Like we all did.
yeah,
Yep.
all of us
Yep.
listen to Luther and
Oh
all
yeah.
Frankie
Anita
Beverly and all.
Baker.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know it.
of course, Michael. Everybody listen to Michael. I don't care how old they are.
Right.
Come on,
Right.
man. So it's crazy. Okay, this is perfect. All right, cool. So now, if I were to say it like, okay, so Echo, who do you serve? So I serve urban listeners between the ages of 25 and 45, who are kind of in the stage of starting a young family, or rather Christian urban listeners between the ages of 25 and 45, starting a young family, individuals who are from the South and just love music. Um, yeah, so it's like if you were kind of saying it like a
Mhm.
sentence, that's the kind of feel.
Mhm.
So now let's get deep. Let's actually create this person. This is not a real person, but this is who you're targeting whenever you start doing your promotional videos and your social media stuff. Um, let's give them a name. Let's create this person. Let's go down here. Give them a name and an age. Just one person that's specific.
Okay. A name.
Mm-hmm.
When I think about a person like that, I'm gonna give him one of our names. So
Yeah.
I'll say like a Darnell.
Darnell, let's go. Darnell, yes, sir. Darnell Williams.
You know, yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah,
always
yeah, yeah.
we always got Williams. Hilarious.
Or Anderson, Darnell
Oh, and
Anderson.
hey, now we just go Allen Iverson. I was like,
Right.
all right. So Darnell, all right. What's his
Yeah.
age?
Darnell is 32.
32. Perfect. Okay, cool. So now What keeps Darnell up at night? Like, what is his pain point?
Mm. Um, Providing for his family. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he's young. Yeah.
Perfect. What does he truly want? You can do all three. What's something he wants emotionally, something he wants spiritually, something he wants relationally?
Emotionally, he wants to know that there are people or men that understand him.
That's good.
Um, Spiritually, he wants to grow closer to God.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And relationally, um, he wants to be faithful to his wife.
Mm-hmm. Relationally. Beautiful. That's great. Why hasn't he healed yet? And that's just a way of saying like these are some of his desires, but why hasn't it happened yet? What's the roadblock?
I think he's in that coming of age stage,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like where you're trying to mature, where it's like you're still young enough to still kind of have some of those old hiccups,
Mm-hmm.
but you're getting old enough now you have real responsibility and your
Mm-hmm.
eyes um are getting open. So it's that coming of age thing.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Okay, so where is he in his walk with God?
Um, I think maybe he's heard about God,
Mm-hmm.
but has never really locked in on trying them for himself. So he doesn't understand the power of God yet.
Mm-hmm. Um, mm, there we go. Okay, now this is key as well. Where does he hang out? Where does Darnell hang out? Is he usually at social gatherings and meetups,
Hmm. Yeah,
podcasts, YouTube? Where's he usually at?
yeah. He's he goes out. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe Darnell might be a frat guy. You
Mm-hmm.
know, from way back in the day. So maybe he goes and you know he goes to the club every now and again.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he probably goes to the club more than he goes to church.
Mm-hmm. What's his uh what's his online presence like?
Um, he's a moderate poster, you
Mm-hmm.
know. So he shares songs, you know. He you know shares pictures of him and his wife whenever they go out,
Mm-hmm.
that kind of thing.
Does he consume like does he go on podcasts, YouTube, different things like that? I
Yeah, yeah. He will have a mild consumption with it.
mm-hmm. He's online soon as well. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
he's definitely your middle of the night before going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
He's scrolling kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Good.
yeah, he's definitely a consumer.
Okay, so there we
And
go.
you know what? If we could go
Yeah.
back up to the top,
Yep.
I think I'll just be honest
Up here.
about, you know, their what is it? Their hobbies. So like no, let's actually be honest about their hobbies and meet them where they are.
Okay, yeah.
So they're music lovers, but
Mm-hmm.
they are wine enthusiasts,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
you know. Um
Mm-hmm.
they like to when we think about like your younger generation, like you know they like to all of the things that we like to do. Like I live in Houston right now, and so like the night culture, we get a lot of tourists from Chicago. A lot of people from Chicago
Mm-hmm.
visit here and live here, ironically.
Yeah.
So they come here for all of the young millennial things, the going out. So he goes out as well.
What's that?
So I don't even talking about this guy that was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to just because now I'm doing gospel music. I don't want to be inauthentic about who this person is,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know. And the music is for everybody, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. So
Yeah.
yeah, he goes out, he does all of that.
Yeah.
Those are his hobbies.
Yeah. And then right here, I'm going to put an asterisk here because I would even look up later, like do a Google search on what do millennials typically do,
Mm-hmm.
just so we can have like a little list there. Because what this is helping with is like now you pretty much have your whole thing here of how you can market this. If you know that Darnell is going through seasons of providing for his family, being a young guy, maybe you're writing a song that has lyrics about that.
Wow.
You know that he's typically on these platforms and whatnot. He's kind of scrolling late. Maybe your posts, you start posting stuff at, 7, 8, 9 p.m. and you pop up on his
Mm-hmm.
feeds, or you put in little tidbits of you working on stuff in the studio, and then he's sharing it in his stories because he likes to share. He shares songs and pictures and things like that. He try to do things with his family, so maybe we can talk about. Sometimes you can just do a post, not even doing music. You're just talking about like, yo, if you're a family man, kudos to you. Continue to support your family, take your family to the next level, whatever. You just do those little posts in between too. So all of these things you want to curate how you market and put yourself out there
Right.
based off of that, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It does.
You know, so what you're gonna do between now and whenever your next session is, whether it's tomorrow or the following, you're gonna do. It says describe the person who sits in the audience and says, "Wow, I didn't know I needed this, but I did." Who are they? So just give a little paragraph, kind of fleshing out Darnell a bit and how he came across you. I was like, huh, this kind of keeps popping up in my feeds, and like I didn't realize I needed this, but I did. You want to go ahead and create that, okay?
Wow. It's
Yeah.
good.
Now, any questions on that before I go down a little bit more?
No, sir.
Good. Okay. So that's all what you do. This is key. This is what it's like when you have a child. Like, yes, you have your child. That's fantastic. But once you put that name on that child, all of that, that starts becoming real, giving them that name and that whole it serves the mission. It leads them forward and whatnot. So what you want to do is work on your mission statement and have that. If you see here, I don't know if you get a chance to check it out yet, but this is just like, oh no, I'm in the wrong one. Let me go back. I'm sorry. Right here in the action steps, there's just a paragraph summary of what we talked about, and these are your action steps. So I'm going to drop the next action step in here, but make sure in that you put your mission statement and come together your mission statement. Now, when you put a mission statement together, this is what I told everybody. I actually had, let me turn this, I'm connected to my hard drive, hopefully. So in this room, we were here
Mm-hmm.
yesterday doing a presentation. I had one of the ladies that I coach. Like when you join my coaching program every quarter, I mean, you're out of state, if you came to Chicago, that'd be dope. But everyone who is in there once a quarter, we meet and do a meetup in person. We're always online connecting in the community, but we do an in-person meetup. So she came and spoke. It was a really good session. And in her session, she did her whole mission statement, which I had helped her to put together. And then she's like, "Oh, do you help me with that?" Everybody's like, "Oh, that makes sense. Thank you so much." Because the thing is when you put a mission statement together, you want it to be understood by someone who's like in third grade.
Right.
We're not looking for these big college words and all that stuff because people aren't going to care.
Right.
If you walked in the
Yeah.
grocery store, I always tell people this: you're in the grocery store, you're in line with someone, and you got like your dope merch hat with your brand, your logo, or your shirt or something, and then somebody turns around like, "Oh, that's nice. Like, what is that?" You should be able to have an elevator pitch and just say in one sentence
Mhm.
that's comprehensible. This is what you do, you know? So you want to make sure that it makes sense to a third grader, not with all these big words, just like, oh yeah, I coach Christian business owners, help them to scale their business, or
Mhm.
whatever, something nice and simple. So you're gonna work on your mission statement, trim it down to one sentence that can like go on your website or your bio or your intro video. And I want you to refine it until it feels like fire in your chest. So you're gonna be like, yo, if I just say this simple sentence of who I am, what I do, and what the transformation is, that's all you want to be able to say.
Love it.
Okay. In our final session, what we're going to be doing is the first half is focusing on that mission statement, making sure it's tight. I'm going to have a couple of options there as well. and you can say which one's your favorite. We'll highlight it. We can merge it with yours and finalize it. And then the second half is we're going to make sure we have offers that you're giving people. So there's always four different types of offers. So you have your lead offer. So your lead
Mhm,
offer is like, yo, these people don't know me. They're a cold lead. They've never met me before.
mhm,
So how can I turn them into a warm lead? Someone who eventually
mhm,
wants to become a customer or a client or someone who purchases my music. So you want to have that. That's like that free thing. Like, oh, download this PDF. Put your email here and you get this free single of mine, or you get this whatever the thing is. So that's your lead offer. Your core offer is your main thing that you're known for. The core, like, is your main thing. Your high ticket offer is that higher, like, more personal, one-on-one, intimate type of whatever. So like this right here, this is my lead offer. This is
mhm,
like my low, like, this is the lead offer. And then you can go into my high ticket coaching offer. I'm actually building up my core offer right now. It's going to be in a few months, it'll be done. I mean, you already know the Nehemiah, that's going to be my core offer.
mhm.
But I'm building other stuff around it, like a book, a
Right.
whole like course, is going to be more stuff. So it's super exciting.
Mhm,
And then the continuity offer is the fourth thing, just like how Netflix them every month, you pay your Netflix or your Disney Plus,
mhm,
right? So
mhm.
your continuity, like my community, I know every month to be in a community, you're paying this. So that's you want to have an offer. So you start thinking about those on your own. But I'm gonna
Okay.
have options for the next one. We'll read through them and you say that one and we highlight it, that one, just to get you started.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, man.
Uh,
This was a pretty dope session, man.
yeah, yeah,
Real
but it
dope
really
session.
starts to get you thinking because we can just jump
Yeah,
into
it
the
really does.
business and be
It
like, yo, I'm just
does.
gonna go out, I'm just gonna put it out there and hope,
Right.
you get these crickets. It's like, if you fashion it
Right.
and put it out there in a way where when I see it, I feel like you purposefully made this for me.
Right.
That's gonna draw, and it's gonna draw the people you love. Because I've had clients where it's like, oh no, I don't want to work with them anymore.
Right. Right.
Yeah, dude. And and because this helps you to when you have your mission statement too, that helps you to know I don't have to just go and get this for the money. These are
Right.
specific type of people I want to work with,
Absolutely.
and God will bring
Absolutely.
those people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about
Man,
that.
that's so good, man, because God operates
Mm-hmm.
in clarity and
Yes.
strategy.
Yep.
God always got a plan, even when you think about like how he started with Abraham
Mm-hmm.
and then he ended, the mission was finally complete with Jesus. You
Yes.
know what I'm saying? This is like thousands of years
Yep.
worth of a plan and it's mapped out in the Bible.
Yeah.
And so I think, if we do, especially if we're doing something in ministry,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna have to be the same way.
Yeah.
And I think this is like that faith with works kind of thing. Like,
Yep.
when the scripture faith without works is dead.
Yep. Yep.
Like it's one thing to know that God put me into ministry, but
Mm-hmm.
then also too, I can't just expect to just
Mm-hmm.
go out willy-nilly.
That's it.
Like this is that putting the work with the faith,
Yep.
you know.
That's
And
so.
so I think it's becoming more clear that none of this was coincidental.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because too, I also told myself that one of the things that was going to be fun for me with like being a gospel artist now
Yeah.
is like I get to take everything that I learned as an R&B artist for the last since I graduated college for the last 12 years is when I really 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 locked in on building a career as an adult. So I
Mm-hmm.
get to take all of the things that I learned that was good
Mm.
and then bring them into this and
Yeah.
just expound off of that. So I get to be like a brand new artist
Yeah. That's
now,
it.
and so this is one of those things to like this is a brand new artist and I get to be much more clear and concise with how I do things.
Dude, that's so good. It's crazy because some of the seasons that we may even despise, some of the
Yeah,
seasons in our lives we may despise, or just be like, man, I wish I didn't have to go through that season, or I really didn't want to work that job. I wish I was already over here. All of those things
yeah,
he was using to connect the pieces. Because like I went to college for architecture, not practicing it, but the whole time I was just like, man, I was in bands and performing and doing music. I was like, I want to jump into that. But all of those skills I learned on just being sharp, meeting my deadlines, hitting these goals, building structures, and the whole integrity of it and building all of that helped lead me to set up these systems and launch these businesses and to coach people and train people and all that. So all of the pieces connect. Even the
absolutely.
people we marry, it's like my wife. I'm very head. like head thinkers or straight up. She's very emotional, so we're like polar opposites. And she
Mhm.
helps me to get a little bit more like, oh, okay, emote with folks a little bit more, and not just be
Yeah.
like, yo, motivate. You can do this. Just do it. Like, don't care. You know, 'cause- and it's crazy because my main guy was Kobe.
Yeah. Oh
Kobe.
yeah, yeah. Workhorse.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Well, Kobe was my
Yeah.
guy to the point where when he passed away, my phone was blowing up because people know when they know Jewett, they know Kobe.
Yeah.
So like it was crazy, bro. So, but pretty much, you know, he was the same way. And then a college student asked him. I have a video I showed my wife the other day on Instagram. They said if you can go back on your career and like tell your future self, or rather tell your past self this thing, what would you say? And he was talking about being a bit more compassionate with people because outside of
Mhm.
the being on the court, people have their own lives, have their own families and stuff. And
Right.
if I could have understood my teammates from that perspective, that helped me be a better leader in
Right.
leading them and navigating them and stuff like that. Because we could just go gung ho and just go hard, like yo, because he said, yo, I'm on this train, you either on it or you're off. He said we got to pull back and be like, yo, let me emote with them more, and it'll actually build them up stronger too. So
Absolutely.
that's why I want to
Yeah.
practice in the early stages instead of like, oh, I'm 50, 60 years old now, I'm getting it, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah, so yeah, man. Cool, dude. This is exciting.
Yeah,
When
man.
you doing the third session?
Um, well, I believe it should be tomorrow. It depending
Oh,
on I want to really put some time into this
yeah.
mission statement and the describing who sits in the audience.
Mm-hmm.
So I really so either it'll be tomorrow or Friday
Oh,
for
that's
sure.
perfect. Yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Once you start seeing the offers that you can offer people, because we think like, oh, music, I'm just gonna have CDs and that's it. It's like,
Right,
no, this
right.
can grow into a whole ecosystem. We want all of these
Yeah, man.
ecosystems in place, these events, these these books, these
Yeah.
gatherings, this online courses, or all this stuff. All of these things can connect, and this could be a whole thing. So we're gonna
Oh,
show those options tomorrow. Yeah,
yes, sir.
yes,
All right.
sir.
I'm
Cool.
loving it, man. Well, thank you for your time today, brother.
Yeah, yes, sir. All right,
All
bro. I'll
right, man.
talk to you.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, bye.